You're watching Education for Health Professional Regulators of Ontario, colleges under the Regulated Health Professions Act. Richard Steinica is a senior partner of Steinica Mikura LeBlanc, and he practices exclusively in the area of professional regulation. Richard is a noted author of the Complete Guide to the Regulated Health Professions Act, which, because of its comprehensive nature, has been cited by courts and tribunals, even in cases dealing with non-health professions. Marshall Molesky is the past president of the Federation of Health Regulatory Colleges of Ontario, and he serves as Chief Executive Officer and Registrar of the Ontario College of Pharmacists. Join Marshall and Richard now as Marshall poses a number of important questions on behalf of those of us who want to know more about regulating healthcare practitioners in Ontario.
Richard, what do we mean when we say that the college and its council and committees are accountable?
We mean that there is an external scrutiny of the activities of the council and the committees to ensure that they are serving the public interest and that they are making fair and reasonable decisions. Now, I think, in my view, that no other self-regulating profession has the degree of external accountability as the health professions do under the RHPA. It involves the systems of checks and balances to ensure that the public confidence is being maintained. And the reason that we have so many checks and balances for the health professions is that on occasion there has been a loss of confidence in the colleges. In fact, there was a recurring debate in the 1980s and continues on as to whether health professions should remain self-regulating or not.
How does the college's structure promote excellent regulation by the college in the public interest?
Well, there are 6 ways of ensuring accountability: structural, political, reviewing individual decisions, reviewing a program, and direct accountability to the profession and direct accountability to the public. Dealing with structural, there are public members on council and the committees, and their percentage has been increased to just under 50%. And this is to ensure not that they are there to scrutinize the activities or the decisions of the professional members. They are there to actively participate in the decision making, bringing in the perspective of members who are of the public who are not members of the profession. The public members of council have equal say and equal status to professional members, and they provide their perspective.
On one hand, colleges are independent of government. On the other hand, they're still responsible to government. That sounds a bit like a contradiction.
It is a very fine line to walk. It's a balance. The minister does not get involved in individual decisions. So a minister will not ask questions about a decision of the discipline committee or a decision of the registration committee, but the minister has general oversight and requires an annual report and can ask for other reports from the college about its activities. The minister reviews the regulations to make sure they are consistent with the public interest. The minister helps in the appointment of public members. The minister can inquire of a council and can issue directions to council. Could say, for example, you need to do more on transparency. The minister can also appoint an auditor, not to look just at the finances, but to look at your operations as to whether you are serving the public interest. And the minister can appoint a supervisor to take over a college and take over the role of the council and the registrar. And in fact, the minister has done that on one occasion for one college.
If the minister can't review individual committee decision, can anyone else do that? Or does self-regulation mean that college committees have the last word?
College committees definitely do not have the last word, and there are a number of external reviewers for individual decisions. For decisions in complaints and investigation matters and decision and registration matters go before the Health Profession Appeal and Review Board. And that's a public process, and none of the members of the board are members of the health profession. Decisions of the Discipline Committee are appealable to the Divisional Court. Decisions of the Fitness to Practice Committee are appealable to Divisional Court. And in addition, any other decision of any other committee of the college could be subject to judicial review before the divisional court, and divisional court hearings are open to the public.
Other than the minister, does anyone else look at the big picture of whether the programs of the college are effective, other than the Toronto Star?
Definitely. The Office of the Fairness Commissioner is the prime example. The Fairness Commissioner does not look at any individual registration decisions, but looks at the process of the registration committee and of each college, and ensures that the process is transparent, objective, impartial, and fair, and ensures that the requirements that you have in your regulations are relevant and necessary, ensures that you provide alternatives. For example, if someone cannot come up with a document from their home jurisdiction, that you provide an alternative for them, and that there's proper training and reporting of your activities. Other bodies have done this as well. The Advisory Council in the past has reviewed the effectiveness of the Quality Assurance Committee, and there are task forces appointed from time to time. So, for example, there recently was a sexual abuse task force to look at how that's handled by various colleges.
Since colleges regulate the profession, can one say that colleges are also accountable to the profession?
They're accountable in the sense, they're not accountable in the sense that they act on the direction of the profession, but they're accountable in the sense that they have to interface with the profession. They have to communicate with the profession, and the profession has a chance to give input to the college. For example, they give input by electing the professional members of council who then have the confidence of the profession to regulate in the public interest. Proposals for regulations and many bylaws are circulated in advance. Council meetings are open to the public, as are discipline hearings. And colleges have to have a website that explains their process so that practitioners can look at the website and see how they will be dealt with.
How about the public that the college serves and protects? Can they hold the college directly accountable, or are they only heard through proxies like the minister?
They have, members of the public have many ways of directly impacting the decisions of the college and having a say in those decisions. And in fact, the colleges have a duty to have a website that explains what they do to the members of the public. Members of the public have the right to look at the public register to see information about individual practitioners. They can attend council meetings, they can attend discipline hearings. In fact, a member of the public could even intervene in a discipline hearing and ask to be a party to it. It doesn't happen very often, but they could ask for that. A member of the public could make a complaint and then appeal a decision that they don't think was appropriate. And of course, they can, as you say, through the minister and the legislature, have an indirect involvement, as does the media.
Thank you.